Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I wanted to try the new Lisa Eldridge foundation. This is something that I wasn't sure that I wanted to get because I'm not a huge foundation person. I find myself frequently just reaching for concealer and powder. And I really have a love-hate relationship with foundation, mainly because I never learned to wear foundation when I first started wearing makeup because there wasn't a shade that was the correct match for my skin tone. Being at the fair end of the spectrum, there wasn't a shade that was light enough for me at the makeup counter. And then on top of that, the ones that were the lightest were either too orange, too peach, too pink. They just didn't look like my skin tone. Another reason I don't like the feel of foundation is that sometimes it feels heavy. Sometimes it feels like you've got an extra layer on your face. And my goal is always to find a foundation that feels lightweight, that looks like skin. So that's what I'm hoping for. I love that she sent out sample cards and that you weren't being charged for sample cards. I made a purchase of her holiday lipsticks and you were able to put in sample cards, and I just got the lightest and I assumed that that would be for me, because traditionally in every other foundation line, I'm just going to start putting this on while I talk to you. In every other foundation line, it has a nice pump to it. I'm usually the lightest or second to lightest shade. On one side of my face, I'm going to use a flat foundation brush. Lisa has her own foundation brush. I didn't feel like I needed it because I must have like 10 of these in my collection, and I'm sure hers is very different, but I don't prefer this type of foundation brush. But I'll try this, and on the other half, I'm going to use a sponge. Foundation shades are interesting. I tend to like a more lightweight, breathable, kind of medium coverage, and that's what this is supposed to be, a medium to buildable, and I prefer that. The other thing that's interesting is that the pumps are really small. Sometimes you press the pump down and you get I don't know, to me it seems like a normal amount. I feel like I'm getting a lot less here. And I think the good thing about that is that you're not wasting the product. There are times that I'll pump a whole pump out and I get like a big blob on my hand and I only use like half of it and the rest of it gets thrown away, wiped off my hand and thrown in the trash. And the nice thing is here I feel like I'll be able to actually, carefully decide how much I want and only pump out that much. I actually really like the way it looks with this style of foundation brush. For years I have been using something just a little bit more fluffy like this, and I feel like this is doing a really good job of placing and blending the foundation. Sometimes I feel like I get streaks with this sort of a brush, and I'm not here. I also feel like you can really see, like from here over, it still looks like skin, but it doesn't look heavy and there aren't really any streaks. And there is just that slight perfection. I feel like the redness has been dialed down. I feel like you're getting just a little bit more coverage over sunspots. I don't feel like I'm actually wearing any foundation. Some foundations are heavy enough that they feel like an extra layer. When you move your face, you can feel the extra layer of makeup moving on your face. This just feels like I'm wearing a really nice hydrator. I like the way that this feels on my skin. I have a clean beauty blender for the other half of my face. Let's see what it looks like. This feels almost like it would be something that would be easy to use your fingers for, just for the fun of it. I'm gonna see if I can get this to look okay with just my fingers before we go over it with a sponge. Doesn't take a lot. Wow, that goes pretty fast. I'm just gonna tap this over the top. I feel like I'm getting a little bit less coverage with the sponge because I feel like the sponge definitely, lifts up some of the product that I'm putting down. It gets caught in the sponge, which is normal. Same thing is happening with the foundation brush, but I feel like it's just a little bit lighter weight coverage. This side was the foundation brush, this side was fingers, but I finished blending it with my beauty blender. And I feel like I really like the way that it looks. I can see a significant reduction in redness and overall skin variation with this foundation on. I feel it looks really pretty, but it looks just a little bit lighter with the sponge. I think I'm gonna use this brush. I have a little bit left on my hand, and I'm just gonna target a couple of spots here where I have a little bit of discoloration. I'm doing something I normally don't do, which is putting foundation under my eye. I wanted to see what it looked like all over with a thin layer of foundation, even down here. I don't know that it would be something that I regularly do, but the images on Lisa's website showed her models wearing nothing but this foundation. No corrector, no concealer, no powder, just this as a foundation product. I've had this foundation on for a good 10 minutes now. I'm not seeing it settle into the regular places where foundation settles. Like a really glowy, dewy foundation is gonna set in my forehead wrinkles. It's just gonna kind of like collect right in those crinkles. I also have things sometimes settle in my nasolabial folds or corners of my mouth. I have a little bit of a line that's starting to form here and kind of head in a downward motion. And I've been finding product collecting there as well as the corners of my nose. So the fact that I've been wearing it for 10 minutes and I don't see any of those places kind of collecting product, even under my eyes, I really don't see it collecting in the crinkles. I feel like that's a really good indication that this foundation is going to stay, because normally by this point, on me, and I wear a lot of skincare, if it's gonna migrate, it will have begun to migrate, and I'm not seeing any of that. I'm not saying it won't, I'm just saying I normally see it at this point. So I'm gonna take a minute to finish my face and I'll be back. My favorite thing about this foundation is after wearing it for a full day and you're like, wait, I thought you were trying it on for the first time. Don't forget that I've had this foundation card here and there are 4 shades and I've tried each one at least twice. So I've worn this for more than a week already, even though it's been in various shades. I like that it doesn't settle into my forehead lines at the end of the day. I like that I don't have it kind of here in the corners of my mouth, kind of collecting, or the corners of my nose. I like that it looks skin-like. That is one of my favorite things about this. So the coverage level is perfect for me and the type of makeup I prefer wearing. And then on top of that, I like the way that it looks like skin without kind of creeping into those, you know, fine lines and wrinkles that I have around my face because I'm almost 47. I will tell you, I also think that the packaging is beautiful. It's elegant. It's so fantastic. And I love the fact that it's made to lay flat on a vanity. I feel like my thumb fits perfectly here, you know, to pump things out. I like everything about it except the price. The one thing I will tell you is I do like the fact that this has a very small applicator. If you're looking at other products, that is 1 pump of the Sheer Glow. That is 1 pump of Double Wear. If you're looking at a drugstore, this is 1 pump. I feel like you're getting a lot of product here. And 1 pump of the Lisa Eldridge, it's a lot less product. And this is where you'd have to know how much foundation you use. I can never use a full pump of any of these, and having a significantly less amount come out is great because in the end, I use what I need to get my face done and the rest of it gets wiped away and tossed. I know, so I guess I'm gonna be throwing away less foundation. I'll be able to use exactly what I need. I'm still stuck on the price. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a beautiful foundation. It has everything I want. It doesn't settle into my fine lines, my expression lines, wears well throughout the day. It's the perfect color from here to here. There's no foundation here and there is here. And I feel like it looks great. It's a great shade match. It looks like skin. It doesn't emphasize texture. It doesn't make me look older. Like all the things I want in a foundation, it does. It's even so pretty. I mean, come on. It's gorgeous. But it's $61. Now this is where I'll tell you, I will pay an exorbitant amount for a lipstick. I think the most I paid for a lipstick is $70, $70+. But I love lipstick more than anything. And I do pay more for specific products if I feel like they are an interesting formula, if they provide something nobody else provides. Yes, I'm curious. Yes, I want to try. And for me, the experience is worth the price. And I think that's what made me, you know, put it in my cart and press purchase. But I feel like having tried it, and this is not the first time I've tried it. Remember, I have tried the sample card in every shade in here multiple times. I definitely get the feeling that because I don't love foundation the way I love a lipstick, I would pay a $36 price for this multiple times. I've got more than 20 of these lipsticks. I obviously really, really like the product, and I feel like this is beautiful, and it does everything I want a foundation to do, in the right shade, with the right undertone, and all of those things, but the price is still so high. I do feel like it's very much in line with the rest of what Lisa offers from her, you know, her makeup line. They're all expensive for what they are, but somehow they don't give me the same heart palpitations that a $61 foundation gives me. But I'm gonna tell you, it's a good foundation. All right, I'll leave it there for you. Let me know what your thoughts are about Lisa's foundation. If you've tried it, are you interested? Are you curious? I would never pay $61. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching today. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.